Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a terrific Tuesday. So, the weekend, the weekend was actually really hard for me. Um, Friday was my first official weigh-in on Weight Watchers, and I was down 2.8 pounds. I was really excited. Did great on Friday. You know that excitement was just pulling through, and I don't know what it was about Saturday because Sam felt the same way that I did. It's like we hit some sort of like brick wall, and like I didn't care what I ate. I was eating things like Oreos and Twizzlers, and um it just like nothing that I ate was actually good for me on Saturday. I was like, okay, suck it up, track it, move on. Um Sunday was a lot better. We went over to my parents' house. Like probably last Monday, like the brakes were starting to squeal on our truck. And so we happened to be going to Newton anyway. We were going to Walmart. And Sam had three batteries that for some reason we didn't turn in for a core charge or something in the garage. So we loaded them up because I called AutoZone. Hello, Christine Hickman. Welcome in. And we took him to AutoZone. I stayed in the truck because I really didn't care. But he got a $30 credit. It was $10 per battery. And the new brake pads for the truck were $30. And so it was pretty much an even exchange. We give them 3 old batteries, we get new brakes. Works for me. So the Jenny says, finally live stream day. Yes, Jenny, it is. Hello, Jenny of JLB Nerdy. How are you doing this morning? Other than I already know because we've been messaging. So Sunday was better. We got up and we watched Sam and I's guilty pleasure shows on the weekend are those like true horror on history and travel. And so we were like deeply engrossed in one of these shows. And it's one of those like you have to know how it ends. There's like no way around it. So I called my mom and dad. I'm like, hey, we'll be over a little late. We're watching the show on TV and we'll be over. So we finally get over there and Sam works on the brakes. Mom and I filmed a video, but yes, my mom is going to be in my tomorrow's video. Her hands, just her hands. She didn't want to be face on camera, but maybe one of these days I'll get her on camera. She's stirring up stuff for me in the video. Mom, I have owned an air fryer for literally 2 years now, and it's sat in the box that it came in for 2 years. In my craft space. It was in my back craft room when I was in there. It was in this craft room. And I've been really jonesing for Chicken Guy's fried pickles. Sorry, my gum was starting to really annoy me. And so I was like, I bet there is some sort of Weight Watcher friendly recipe that I can make. And there was. They aren't exactly like Chicken Guy recipe. Big Noah, hello. Meredith, good morning with the Do Philly crew. Griswold family vacay, hello, welcome in. So mom and I made these air fryer fried pickles, and they were pretty good. I really liked them. Like I followed the recipe, and the link will be in the description tomorrow. We did end up having to kind of tweak the recipe a little bit, and all the tweaks and stuff will be in the description of tomorrow's videos. If you are watching what you're eating, whether because you feel like you've put on a quarantine 15 instead of like the freshman 15, or you're simply trying to work on losing some weight, these fried pickles will like help with the craving. I will tell you that they do not taste exactly like Chicken Guy. Number one, Chicken Guys are fully breaded and deep fat fried, but these were a really good alternative. So I was really pleased with them. So Sunday went okay. And then yesterday I was completely off the rails again. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And this is something, because this is Life with Lena. This is I'm giving you my truth on, like I do normally on everything. Um, Yesterday was just bad, and I couldn't tell you why. But this is how it goes. Like when I'm trying to lose weight, I'll have a really great week and I'll lose a lot of weight. And then the next week will absolutely flame out, burst up in flames, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this anymore. So, Jenny, how many points for the pickles? Um, that is going to depend on what plan you are on. The newest Weight Watchers plan, there's 3 different plan options that you can be on. There's green, blue, and purple. And green is really similar to Points Plus, um, but half of the full recipe um, for the green is 6 points for me, um, and that's 1 cup, literally 1 cup of fried pickles. Blue is yours. You would have to take and put the recipe into your recipe builder to find out the points for blue or purple. But I know for me, it was 6 points for half, which would be 1 cup. Um, on the green. That was really funny though. Mom and I laughed, and I mentioned it a couple of times in my video. Amy with AJC Magic TV, hello. Um, how big these pickle slices were. I'm like, no kidding. Probably one was just a little smaller than my phone. And that's not an exaggeration. It literally curled up and over, like in the cup, like over. It was so funny. Mom and I laughed about it hysterically for probably 10 minutes. Um, I really wish that I'd gotten that on camera, but like when I took all this stuff over to mom and dad's, like I wasn't really planning to make a video about it. Mom was like, "Oh, are you making a video about this for your channel?" And I'm like, I guess I could. I'm like, "What? Yeah." So I didn't have my tripod. I didn't have my Joby. It was literally me and no makeup. And so I apologize in advance. I don't look that bad. You can tell like in my face and in my neck area that I've lost weight. So that helps in some of my videos. I don't feel so self-conscious anymore. I will be very happy when you can see my collarbone again. It's there, I can feel it. And ow, don't push on your collarbone too much. That actually kind of hurts. I'm a mess, I tell ya. So this morning I got up and like I didn't do very much workouts other than Friday. I didn't really work out Saturday. Like I said, Sam and I were just like bums on Saturday. And I mean, it's okay to be a bum. It wasn't okay of how much junk I ingested. On Sunday, I kind of ran around the house with my mom, but I forgot my Fitbit because my Fitbit was starting to like cause blisters. I have a weird eczema thing that goes on with my Fitbit, and it's like I'm slightly allergic to the plastic that they use, but I can't find a leather band to put onto it. But I'm looking for a new band for it. So what I have been doing after my workouts is I've been using my Stridex pads, and I've been wiping down my Fitbit and wiping down my arm, even though they're alcohol free. They are like a medicated wipe. So I'm hoping that that will start helping like with the blister effect. It won't happen. So this morning I'm like, okay, I've got this. It's a new day. I can do this. I have this goal in my head. And I did one of the things that was kind of bumming me out slightly was the cover photo for my phone. It still had the Run Disney photo that I had put on there back in January when I was planning to do the 5K. Um, so I went in and I made it in Canva. I used the Instagram story, and it's the mummy from Hagrid's. It's the same photo that's on my Fitbit, and it says, "Do you really want that snack, or do you want to ride Hagrid's?" Because Hagrid's is my goal to ride, if we get to go on vacation to Universal. Um, it's it says it has a 40-inch waist, but the bike part has like it's got a little bit more give to it. And so Sam and I measured a couple weeks ago, and I have a 56-inch waist, I think it was. Um, so but I don't really look it. I hide it well in other places. Um, but I watched a couple like plus size for Universal videos, and they're like, "Oh, I have a 60-inch waist, and I was able to ride it just fine." I'm like, okay, well, that gives me some hope, but I still want to like look better and feel better. And my dad had high cholesterol, my dad has diabetes, my cousin has type 1 diabetes, and my dad has type 2, and my cousin has type 1, and she's much younger than I am, and she's much better health than I am. I do get a blood panel done every 6 months, like to keep up on it. But I don't want to turn around and all of a sudden have diabetes because I wasn't taking care of myself. So this morning I got up and I'm like, okay, I've got this. I can do this. For breakfast, I had one slice of bacon. I cut it in half and I cook it so it cooks nice and even. And I had an egg with some salt-free Mrs. Dash. It was actually like the Kroger brand. I think it's Simply Organic. It's their organic seasoning brand, and they were buy two get one free the other day, when we were grocery shopping on Friday, and so I grabbed three. I got an everything but the bagel seasoning. I got a garlic and herb and a standard salt-free seasoning. And I've been using the garlic and herb one a lot. I'm like halfway out of that jar already. But it's really good, and it was priced similar to Mrs. Dash, and with the buy two get one free, it actually was cheaper. For lunch today, I'm actually going to work on my pizza recipe for the National Pizza Day collab that I am doing. If anyone is interested in being in that collab and you are not on that chat, it goes up on May 15th, I think. It's May 12th or May 15th. And I'm going to do a Weight Watchers friendly version of an individual pizza. I'm using not Trader Joe's tandoori garlic naan bread, both shredded pizza blend and shredded Italian cheese blend from Walmart. I am not trying to figure out what Peaches is doing. I'm not a huge marinara fan, and that's really funny because I married an Italian. I know, go figure, right? So even when we go to like Blaze or Pie Five, I always get olive oil or basil pesto instead of marinara on my crust. And so I'm going to use half of a teaspoon of olive oil, and I'm going to put some minced garlic in there, and three slices, like big slices of Hormel pepperoni. We were grocery shopping, and we were looking. Each Kroger is set up differently, even within the same town. Newton has two Krogers. There's the North Dillons and there's the Interstate Dillons. And we had been at the Interstate Dillons and picked up a few things on Monday, but we were at the North Dillons on Friday, and we were looking for the frozen bag of burgers. Kroger has a 93.7 that on the green plan that I'm on Weight Watchers, the burger's 5 points. So I can still enjoy a hamburger. And we at the Interstate Dillons, those were with like the frozen chicken and stuff, like the Anytizers and the chicken strips and stuff. They weren't at the North Dillons. But we were walking by where they have like the pepperoni sticks and some other like Slim Jims and stuff, and I happened to see closeout, and I'm like, what's going on? And they had the packages of pepperoni for $1, salami for $1, and something else that were like on closeout for $1, and I grabbed all of them. Simply because I know with Sam being home 4 out of 7 days now, he has breakfast when he's at home in the mornings, and so I'm like, hey, you can open up one of these. They're like kind of there's like six thin slices for like $1 or like a couple bucks. These are on clearance for $1. Um, I'm like, you could just open one and just like munch it, like don't even have to take it apart. You can just kind of eat it like a flat pepperoni stick. So then I hijacked one to make my pizza. So on green, my recipe for my pizza is going to be 16 points. But because I get so many points on the green plan, it doesn't really affect me too much. It's only roughly about a third of what my day consists of. And then for dinner, I still get to have like Kansas City strip steak from the grill and corn. Um, I'm getting 5 ounces of Kansas City strip steak, and I think that's a little high. But I also, I will weigh it once it's cooked and trimmed. Um, One of the things that I invested in probably 4 Weight Watcher cycles ago, probably I was working at the chamber. This is 2020. Maybe around 2015, so I've had it maybe 5 years now. It's a little food scale, and I got it from Amazon, and it's been a lifesaver because sometimes I can weigh something out, and it'll say, okay, well, 1/3 of a cup is, or they'll say, one slice of avocado is 4 points. But I can take avocado and change it in the app to say ounces, and I may get like 5 ounces of avocado for the same amount of points. So I've really learned to trust my food scale. So I have tracked that I'm going to have 5 ounces of cooked and trimmed Kansas City strip. I'm going to have 1 ear of corn. If you have never had corn on the cob on a grill, you are missing out on one of the best foods ever. And funny story to go along with that. Sam and I were living together. We were engaged. We're living on a farm with his mom. And they're like, okay, Lena, well, Sam got the grill started. They were gonna go do something on the farm because we were kind of late. We helped on the farm that we lived on, and they had to go do something. And I'm like, okay. And Sam doesn't give me any other instructions. He goes, just throw the corn on the grill. Okay. I just laid the corn on the grill, silk and all. All they saw from across the farm were these shoots of flames. And Sam comes running across the field like, what is happening? He thought the house is on fire. He thought I was injured. No, it's just me doing exactly what he told me to do, was just throw the corn on the grill. He's like, have you never grilled corn before? I'm like, no, I hardly can cook. What are you talking about? Um, and Sam's just doubled over laughing at me at this point. And he's like, you have to take the silk off of it. So he always reminds me, did you take the silk off of the corn? Mm. But anyway, that's beside the point. Corn on the grill is the best thing ever. Hey Tony, Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in. Janice has got a food skill on its way. It's for making bread. Hey, whatever it's for, I love my food scale. I named it Foodie, because I like to eat. But so once the corn is grilled, it says that 1 medium corn on the cob is 3 points. I will probably actually weigh it and see exactly how much corn is there, and adjust my points accordingly. I still do have, let's see, I have 4 points that I can play with for the day, and that doesn't include the fact that, excuse me, I have planned in a Skip Boo snack for tonight. Sam and I play a lot of Skip Boo in the evenings. A Orville Redenbacher Smart Pop. They're like the little mini bags, and then 2 teaspoons of these Colonel Seasons popcorn seasonings. This is the nacho cheddar one, and it's really good. And I can have 2 teaspoons of it for 0 points on green. One of the things that I tried last night because some Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi, they both give me massive migraines, and I don't know, but like Diet Dr. Pepper won't. So when we were grocery shopping, Sam goes, "Hey, Big K," which is the Kroger off-brand, has 2 liters of soda on sale for 79 cents, and there's some diet ones. So we grabbed a diet orange for me to try. It's not good. Thankfully, it's 0 calories, and so I will finish it up, but it is not one I would buy again, and it's not one that I would recommend you buy. It does not taste good. It tastes like flat orange soda. That's exactly what it tastes like, flat orange soda. It's gross. Can't say, give a big thumbs up and going back to the Daily Madhouse. That is our home. Hey, not a problem, Tony. Thanks so much for popping in, and I hope that everything is going well at your house. So it's been a really rough few days. And so I something that I need to remember, and like I fa- I've done this before and it seems to really like help, is our bedroom, which is like, I'm staring straight at it. I'm actually staring straight at my pillow right now. It's a no food zone. The only thing that's allowed in there is water. Now that's like, if one of us is sick, that's like completely different. But like, just on a normal day, it's a no food zone. And if I get like overly snacky, I need to go put myself in timeout, which is literally putting myself in the bedroom. Um, so um, that's one of the things I need to remember that I can do, and no one like Sam can give me all the encouragement that he can, but if I don't do it for myself, like, and last night I ate 6 Oreos, and he just kind of looked at me, and I just kind of looked at him, and he didn't say a word because it's not up to him to like police what I'm eating, and that's not what it's about. But like, the look that he gave me was like, you're gonna regret eating those later. And I will tell you that after I got up, my alarm was set to go off at 7, and I literally laid in bed for an hour. And I'm like, I kept telling myself, Lena, you should be up doing a workout. And I just like laid there and I watched YouTube. And I'm literally telling myself, Lena, you could be watching YouTube and doing a workout. What are you doing? And I finally had to force myself up and out of bed. And once I started doing my workout, I felt so much better. Um, I will tell you that about 30 minutes in, my stomach didn't feel so much better because like I was getting my water in, like I haven't been doing the past couple of days. And so like I've been having many trips to the bathroom. um and like I was going, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make it to my live stream because I was stuck on the toilet. um but it like, my body is telling me like, what did you put in me? Do you like, I thought you were trying to like be nice to me and do like things for me that are good, and all of a sudden you're like putting junk back in. And the thing is one of the things that I love about Weight Watchers is that I can decide to have I'm looking like what's in my, because my craft room is still kind of the living room, and so Sam and I spend a lot of time in here still. Like, so okay, let's see. There's like a 4 pound bag of Skittles on the floor. Sam bought those. Um, and I can still have a serving of Skittles if I really want to. I just need to make sure and plan for that in my day. And one of the things that I have found personally, and I think anyone who is working on losing weight, whether it's keto, whether it's Weight Watchers, whether it's I Track Bites is a free version that someone has built that's supposed to mirror Weight Watchers. Um, I've tried it. I don't like it as much because you have to pay for some of the features that, and it ends up being more expensive to me. Um, but if you're doing I Track Bites or Spark People or My Fitness Pal or whatever you're doing, what I found and what probably other people have found is if I pre-plan my day, and like today I knew that I wanted to make my video for National Pizza Day. I went ahead and planned and tracked everything in regards to my pizza. I tracked everything in regards to dinner. I tracked my breakfast. Like I said, my breakfast, I didn't even tell you what my breakfast was. My breakfast was a homemade breakfast sandwich. It was one egg that I fried in the skillet with just some ham, and I had one slice of Kroger pepper jack deli style cheese. I had one slice of Oscar Mayer thick cut bacon, and like when I cook it, I slice it in half so it's two smaller pieces. One, it cooks better, and two, it lays on my sandwich better. And I had one bagel thin, and somehow I tracked two, so that will affect my day in a positive way. Um, so sometimes I add avocados. Sometimes I'll add beans, avocado sprouts. I do not recommend adding avocado sprouts to a hot sandwich because like they like tend to steam and they do not taste good. Um, so it just kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in, like what other things I'll add to my sandwich. Um, so I still have, after figuring out that I double tracked something, I still have 7 points for my day. Girl, you're making me need to go back on the Weight Watchers. Jenny, if and this is for anyone that's watching the live or the replay, if you are interested in restarting Weight Watchers, please let me know. I have right now there's a promo that you can get 3 months free if when you sign up, but if you use my code and sign up, it's an additional 1 month free. I pretty sure that's how it works. You get a month free and I get a month free once you sign up, and you can sign up for any of the plans that work for you. Like I don't do the meetings because the closest meeting to me is 30 minutes away. It's in Newton. Um, and meetings are only roughly about half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes, depending on like what the topic is and like how chatty people are. Um, but because I never know, like with the weather, especially in the winter. We live in rural Kansas. We live in Hillsboro. It's a 15-minute drive to get to the highway, and then another 15 minutes to drive on to Newton. In the winter when it's dark and cold and it's snowing, it's sometimes not safe to go. And it's not like they go, oh well, you couldn't get there. Here, we're going to give you a little bit of refund. It doesn't work that way. So I have found, like for me, that just doing it what they call virtually or online only is what works best for me. It's called Connect. It's kind of like Facebook for Weight Watchers. Um, it is very motivating. It's very like helpful. And yeah, Jenny is 100% correct. Going to meetings is so pricey. It's like $50 a month, and I pay $20 a month for just to do it on my own. And I don't see really between connect, like the meetings can so easily go off track. It's just like a live stream with more than one person, or me if you've been around long enough. I can go woo. Um, they're so easy to go off track, or like people who because people can go you can go to a meeting without signing up, like to see kind of what it's about, and talk to the leader or workshop. They're not meetings anymore, they're workshops. um they're a meeting. Let's just be honest about it. um and like people who don't understand, like I remember distinctly, I it had been a one of those days at work where like I didn't stop going, I didn't stop moving, I didn't even take my lunch that day. Like I was on the phone doing stuff for work, and I was eating my lunch in between phone calls, and I had a massive amount of points left for the day, a massive amount. And Sam's like, well, what do you want to do about that? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, you have to eat. I'm like, I know. And Sam's like, do you want a hamburger from Burger King? And so, of course, I was looking on the app, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And so we got our burgers, and the leader was really cool. Like, Sam came to all the meetings with me, and he like that she didn't require him to pay anything to be there, because several people brought like support people with them, because like sometimes there's so much going on and so many people talking about different things that like you miss things. And so Sam would go, "Oh my gosh, did you hear somebody saying da 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 da? That really helped them this week." "Oh no, I didn't. Thank you, honey. That's something that could totally help me." So I remember distinctly I took in my burger and my drink, um, and I weighed in, and then I was sitting there eating real quick before like a whole bunch of people got there. And I distinctly remember one of the nurses walking by, and she's about the size of my little finger, you know. So if she kind of just look, that for those of for those of you who kind of are a little more poo sized or Hulk sized like I am, like the look like when you're eating something and like a skinny person gives you like that side eye like ew type look. That was the exact look that she gave me. And she goes, "I thought this was a Weight Watchers meeting, and here you are stuffing your face with a hamburger." And my leader, without missing a beat, who was also now about the size of my little finger, without missing a beat, turns around and goes, "See, that's the beauty of Weight Watchers. She lost 5 pounds last week, and she didn't eat all of her points yet today, so she is enjoying after her weigh-in a hamburger, which is full of protein and vegetables, and she didn't like because I didn't get any like of the mayo or sauces or anything on it, and I had him wrap it in lettuce instead because for a while Burger King was offering that, she's like, and she's having a lettuce wrap instead of a bun, and like, and I think apples instead of fries. Like, she just was ticking off everything that I was doing that was 100% correct. But even if I was having a burger with mustard and what is all on a Whopper Junior? I think it's mayo and ketchup or just mayo. I don't exactly remember. But even if I was having that and I had the points for it, it's okay. And but like she just like without missing a beat, she started rattling off everything that what was right in front of this nurse's face. And the nurse goes something, "Well, I'm a nutritionalist," and without missing a beat. And this is like one of those things that like firmly plants itself in your head. And like it's like I'm like I could look afar like and gaze and see it like in my mind's eye. And without missing a beat, that meeting leader goes, "Oh, so you understand that sometimes we have to treat ourselves even if it's not the best thing for us." And the lady just kind of goes and walks away. And I'm like, I knew the only reason that she walked through because where the meetings were for what the hospital was kind of sponsoring Weight Watchers because there was a whole bunch of nurses and doctors who were doing it. What a word I can't say. I know several words that I wanted to call her. um, like it was attached to the cafeteria area. It was like kind of it. I don't know if it was so much of a dining area, but like a meeting area. Like you could grab like a meal from the hospital cafeteria and then like have a meeting to the side, so like you didn't have to go that far. And there were several times where Sam and I would just grab dinner there at the hospital. And they go, "Oh, hey, you're on Weight Watchers, right?" Because like they get to know you after a while. "Yeah, hey, we've got fresh grilled chicken today," or like they started to know us because we ate there. And it was good food. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it's hospital food, so it's not like overly seasoned. So I started bringing like hot sauce packets and stuff, but whatever. But like that whole situation just ingrained itself in my brain, and whenever I I don't judge anyone. Like if I see someone like who's my size who's eating a double scoop sundae by themselves, I don't judge because I've been there. I'm not like I am I am telling you about like my 2 days of horrible eating because one, I need the accountability, and two, you know, my journey is not perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, I find it I find it so interesting that um people expect those who do YouTube to be like perfect or we expect ourselves in some way to be perfect. And I hope I never fall into that because I know I'm not perfect. By gracious, I'm not perfect. But you know, I'm real, and that's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why I changed the channel name because instead of being feeling like I can only share certain aspects of my life with you guys, I can share every aspect of my life with you now, whether it's the ups and downs of my weight loss journey, whether it's um, cooking fun recipes with you guys, whether it's making some sort of craft, whether it's going on a trip, whether it's um, a game night, whether it's, insert something here that goes on in our daily lives. Maybe Sam and I are outside on doing the fire pit some Sunday night and we set up the camera and like we film a fire pit night. I mean, it the channel name change encompasses so much more than what it originally did. Even though I was filming those things anyway, I always seem to get a lot of backlash on those videos. Like, well, that's not what your channel's about. Your channel's about crafting and Disney. Well, it was never meant to be just about crafting and Disney. If you read the about section, it said we will be cooking, we will be crafting, we will be going on trips, we will be doing multiple different things. And it just kind of what happened is not where I meant the channel to go. And, if you've seen some of the video, if I think it was last week, I talked about, all of the kind of the backstabbing and everything that's kind of been happening behind the scenes. What I think is really funny, um, one I've chosen not to acknowledge. You guys have been really nice about not saying anything in the chat and anything about it. I have gotten messages. Well, I think so and so I think is talking about you. And at this point, it's like I told my sister, my BFF, my sis, she kind of was having a rough day and I'm like, don't let this person live in your head rent free. Whether you're living in their head rent free um, is a completely different thing. If they're thinking about you, if they're focused on you and what you're doing and what they think you're doing, you're living in their head rent free. Fine, great. You want to focus all your energy on me? I really don't care. But they're not going to live in my head rent free. I have way too much going on to deal with that. I am a travel agent. I'm working with JLB Nerdy on her trip. I booked another trip on Saturday, I think. I booked a trip on Saturday for someone that is a Mother's Day surprise. So if you are trying to figure out what to get your a wife or mom for Mother's Day, consider booking some sort of trip for them. If you are wanting to book a Disney trip, it is $200 down, refundable deposit. If you're wanting to book a Universal trip, it is $50 per person deposit. So if you're a family of two, like Sam and I are, it is $100 deposit. And something FYI, Universal is actually booking out through December of next year already. So if you are thinking about going in 2021 to Universal, now is the time to book while prices are not going up. What we are pricing our trip at this year for September, and granted, we're looking at some like buy one get one free Horror Nights tickets and the Behind the Screams house tour. Um, it is roughly the same price at Cabana Bay as next year in December for Christmas at Universal at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is one of the top three, which is one of the premium hotels at Universal, and it includes unlimited express pass. So, like right now, we are planning to it's $100 deposit for the two of us. And so we're like, maybe we should go ahead and put this deposit down for next year because that way we lock in our price and that's our tickets, that's our room, that's I think that included the round trip Superstar Shuttle. Redemption Tech 25, good morning, Zach. How are you doing? Oh, thanks, Jenny. I try. This is a great time to be a travel agent. Let me tell you. Sarcasm noted here. So it is just one of those, just, throwing that out there if you are looking to book something for someone. But like I said, I've got so much going on. I am trying to get in 3 hours a day of workouts while Sam is at work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I need to make that even a point on the days that Sam is home. And hopefully this next weekend will be completely different. Friday just it was pouring down rain, and Saturday was pouring down rain again. And so it was this is like that dreary that pulls you down. And so I need to find a way personally to be able to block that out and still go, okay, I'm gonna throw a video on YouTube and I'm gonna do a workout. Even if it's not like a workout video, even if it's me marching in place for, I set timers on my phone so I don't get burnt out just doing the one thing. Um but I'm not letting them live rent free in my head. If they want to continue talking about this topic of sub for sub or grow groups or whatever it is, because trust me, I'm still getting messages about people hey, did you know so and so posted a tweet about this, or did you know? Great. If they want to continue that, that's totally fine, totally on them. But they're not living rent free in my head. I've got way too much going on for them to do that. I have dealt with it in my way. I took my week off of social media last week. Um, it is what it is at this point. After dealing with it for a month, I'm pretty good. I'm in a great place now. So, what days am I going live? I'm still working on that, guys. Because I never know while Sam is home, I don't know what Mondays are going to bring. Fridays are are also up in the air, but I'm keeping my Friday trivia days. That's going to stand. The difference between Monday and Friday for us is Mondays he is guaranteed to be off right now. Excuse me. I don't know if you know this, but drinking a lot of water makes you burp. Um Mondays he's guaranteed to be off. There's no way he's going in. The shop is closed. The only people who go in are people who are in the office. Fridays it's a 50-50 shot of whether he will have to go in or not, and how long he'll be in there or be at the shop. So I will continue to do Fridays with trivia. I think the best days are going to be Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's 3 days a week because, guys, at one point I was doing 8 live streams a week. And if you have never done a live stream, doing it so much, it really wears you out and it makes you almost dread them. So I think and 5 days a week was a lot when I was doing the craftily distancing stream. And I wasn't ever really sure what to talk about because the title of the stream was more made people think that it was supposed to be crafting related. So if I just leave it as Life with Lena Live, it could be anything that we talk about. Or we do something. We may work on a puzzle sometime. I don't know. It just leaves it kind of wide open. But I think it is going to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for the foreseeable future. And sorry, my phone keeps going off. First it's somebody tagged me on Facebook. Then it's Chili's wanting to give me free queso. Oh my gosh, is it just me, or when you're trying to? Is it just me that when you're trying to lose weight, every single restaurant that you've ever subscribed to or given your phone number out sends you something for free food, or hey, come in and buy this and we'll give you free chips and salsa? I was like, oh my gosh, would you quit? Ah! So that's kind of how my day has been going. And I think that's what got me. And last night I had already had my dinner pre-tracked, and then we completely went off target. Our local Mexican restaurant posted that until the quarantine is over for a while, they would be 100% closed on Sundays. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if we don't we need to go buy dinner from them because we want to make sure that our Mexican restaurant is open when this is all over and we can go in and sit down and have dinner. And it was kind of a chicken fajita roll up. burrito thingy last night. It was the fajita meat, and you could choose either chicken or beef or steak. And it was a layer of refried beans and a layer of Spanish rice and the meat, and it was rolled up in a burrito. And they poured red sauce and cheese dip over it. But I'm not a big red sauce person. I'm not really a tomato person. Sorry, honey, I love you, but I'm just not. And Sam knows that. And so I had them leave the red sauce off mine, and so it was just like like a little bit of cheese dip on mine. It was really good. And the whole time I was eating, I'm like, man, I know I've totally blown my points again. I'm having Oreos. And I mean, that's where my brain goes. I'm like, guys, really, that is how my brain works. I blow it and I have Oreos. Or I blow it and I have Twizzlers. I blow it and I'm going to eat Skittles. I'm not going to blow it and go have a banana. I'm like, forget this. This is how it is. All right. So, like I said, if you are interested in trying Weight Watchers, message me on Instagram and I will give you my code and the link for a free month. And I hope that it brings you success like it has me. It doesn't work for everyone. And that's why I really like that they have brought back some of the previous plans and kind of incorporated them into this new Wellness Wins. It's not weightwatchers.com anymore. It's www.com, and it's supposed to stand for Wellness Wins. Instead of focusing just on weight loss, it focuses on like your mental health and your emotional health. And I really like that they've kind of incorporated all of that into it because it's something that needs to be incorporated anyway. So if you're interested, let me know, and I'd be happy to share that link with you. Please do not feel forced. If you're like, hey, well, one of my other friends is doing Weight Watchers. I didn't know that she had a free month link. I'm going to, use hers. 100%. I 100% support that. I agree with that. If you know of someone else who's doing it, and they have a code and a link that you want to use, because like I said, I'm going to be upfront. If you use my link, and try it free for a month, I get a free month as well. I want to be really upfront about that. And that's anyone. If Samantha Joe down the street's doing Weight Watchers and she's kind of talked to you about it before, and you go, hey, I was watching one of my friends on YouTube and she said that she had a free code and that you would have a free month code too. I want to support you and make sure that you have a free month. You do it to it. I 100% support that. So that is today's live video. I hope that you guys all have a terrific Tuesday. Make today count for something, whether it's getting some housework done, whether it is going outside, whether it's doing yoga. God, I love yoga. I miss my yoga classes. I want something fierce. Whether it's going to the store and buying your neighbor a quarantine thinking of you gift. I wish you all the best, and I will see you again on Thursday. And Friday is trivia. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing quite yet, but you'll just have to wait and see on Thursday. I will announce it during the stream. Have a terrific Tuesday, and we will see you later. Bye, y'all.